It always has been, it always will be, just showing up. Not perfection, just consistency. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever we are watching this. This is hashtag Run For Not From week 13. Unlucky 13 for some, not for others. And from Run For Not From, it's where we run for our problems and not from them. It's not about the time, it's not about the distance, it's not about getting a PB. It's just about doing stuff like this. It's getting in the outdoors, doing something for you, taking that time, carving it out of your week, your day, your month, and doing something that is completely for you. Be selfish. You know, you're selfless all the time. Now's the time to be selfish. So if you're enjoying this series so far, and I'm enjoying making it massively, please like, please subscribe, and get on board this community. So let's go on with the run. And in this week's Run For Not From, we're in a lovely new location. So we are in Hartwood Forest, just on the outskirts. It is near Wheathampstead, if you've been to the Hertfordshire area before. And it's another beautiful day. And on this week's hashtag Run For Not From, which I said week 13, I'm losing confidence in myself. I believe it's week 13. We're talking about consistency. How doing things consistently build to make long-lasting transformations. And I think it's fitting that we're doing this today, because I really didn't want to do this run. Didn't want to film, didn't want to run. I've had genuinely 3 hours sleep. I trained legs yesterday. I have had maybe 300 calories worth of food, and I'm a bit broken and a bit beaten. And that's fine, because this means more to me than it ever would. Doing this for me, doing this for you, watching, has proven to be my consistency factor, and I love it for that. But that is the absolute beauty of consistency, is it can be a superpower for you. Doing work when you don't necessarily want to, when no one's watching, is the time when it matters most, because it's not always fun, it's not always exciting. Long-term goals are more important than your short-term comforts, and you just need to get over that hill, look yourself in the mirror and say you're grateful and you're ready for this and you can do this. Because now, who cares? So I'm wearing a hat that's a bit too small. Yes, my jumper's a bit warm for the weather, but this is great. So worth it. These small actions will lead to huge transformations. You don't get fit going to the gym once. You don't master your mindset by meditating that one time. You don't learn to be kind because you trusted someone once, sometime in the past. It's all about continuous effort, little micro efforts, and you repeat them day in and day out, and eventually they'll compound. Repeat what works. Don't listen to anyone who's telling you shortcuts this, shortcuts that. It's a long road, it's a beautiful road, and it's the journey that matters. So let's talk consistency. Because consistency builds momentum, and momentum can become unstoppable. Think of rugby, think of American football. When you want to tackle someone, you want them stood still. If they can get up to pace, it's going to hurt a heck of a lot more. So you need to build up the momentum, let it fight for you. You need to start owning the things that you are. You say stuff like, I'm not a smoker, rather than I don't smoke. Proclaim who you are, say it out loud, and the actions will follow. I am are some of the biggest and most powerful words in the English language. I am excellent. I am extraordinary. I am going to do this. It pushes you. Say it to the world and your actions will follow and the results will follow as well. My dad always likes to say, what's the difference between extraordinary and ordinary? And he'd always finish it off by saying, it's just that little bit extra. It's just that little bit extra every day, every week, every month. Push you a little bit further, a little bit harder. And that's what makes those extraordinary people, those extraordinary things even, companies, sports teams. It's doing the little things, those little extras that no one else thinks about. But I'm never gonna lie to you. Consistency is hard. You get tired, you get discouraged, life gets in the way. One of my favorite quotes, life gets in the way. Life's always gonna get in the way. So get in the way of life, you know? Make these small changes, be consistent in anything. It's not about never missing a shot. It's about what you do after you miss. When you fall off, the difference between successful people and stagnation is not about how many times they fell, but how quickly they got back up. And I don't want to go too much into failure because if you watched my video about 2 weeks ago, we spoke heavily about failure, the importance of it, how you have to fail, but consistency and failure go hand in hand. You have to consistently fail and you have to consistently get back up. It's so, so important. And you know, like I said to you, it's hard, you know, it's hard being consistent, but it's hard looking in the mirror and not liking what you see. It's hard to be part of a failed marriage, and it's so hard to open that bank account when you've got nothing left in it. So you have to choose the hard choices so that the hard choices don't find you. It's always going to be hard. Life's hard, but be in control of it. Don't let things happen to you. Make things happen. But I think you've been preached at enough. How do we get consistent? How can we consistently be consistent? Here's my 5 steps. You're going to start small. Something so, so tiny. Commit to it and never give up on it. You're then going to start stacking your habits. The terminology of stacking habits comes from a book by James Clear called Atomic Habits. You should give it a read, it's fascinating. But attach your existing habits with something you want to start. So a good example would be, every time you make the bed, you do a 10-minute meditation at the end. Stack it up. Something you do daily that you have to do, and add something else onto it. Third, track your progress. Make it colourful, make it obvious. Put it on your mirror, put it on your wardrobe, put it on the ceiling, I don't care. You need to reward yourself for what you're doing. Fourth, get rid of the friction, get rid of the barriers. Meal prep if you have to. Lay your gym clothes out on the floor. Do anything you need to do to stop yourself from giving up. And finally, forgive the fall. You're gonna fall, you're gonna fail, but it's how important you react to it. You just start again. You don't need to do anything special. Just pick up where you left off. You don't have to make up for lost time. Start again. Forgive yourself. It happens. We're human. We're not perfect. Be consistent. It's not glamorous, it's not sexy, it's not Hollywood. It's consistency. Efforts will make you excellent. And I want to set you a challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to pick something. Pick something that takes half an hour. And I want you to do it for half an hour for 7 days. Use my principles, use my 5 principles. Pick something small, something you can do, half an hour, and get it done. And I want you to let me know in the comments what you're doing. Hold yourself accountable for what you're doing. Reward yourself at the end. Track your progress. If you fail, start again. Get those 7 days. And that leads us on perfectly to certainly my favorite part of the hashtag Run For Not From. And that's the quote of the week. Wonder who it will be from this time. And this week's quote comes from Aristotle. And I don't think there's any explanation needed there for who he was, unless you've been under a rock for the last 750 years. We are what we repeatedly do, excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Let me know what you think.